Jamie here from New Zealand Mountain Biking, and today I am excited to show you how I've built up this Zerode Katipō. So it's pretty special because it's got heaps of Kiwi parts on it, and they are world class and they are sick. I'm also going to show little bits and pieces in action, so check it out while I ride K2. It is an Enduro bike. I've got 170mm up the front and then 160mm in the rear. K2, here we go. I'm on the solo mish today because I've been mucking around, get some cool shots of the bike for y'all. So this bike here, I've been on a Katipō now since 2019. I love it. It is an Enduro bike. I've got 170mm up the front and then 160mm in the rear, and there's a bunch of cool stuff on this bike. So this shock, for starters, is designed and put together here in Rotorua. So that's the Suspension Tech International fellas, the Cobbs. So they've got a pretty good background in racing and been working with suspension for quite some time now, so that's been really cool. I've been actually riding that for just over 6 months now. Love it. I remember when I first put it on the bike, it was so buttery smooth that it felt like my rear wheel wasn't even on the ground. So the grip is incredible. And then I'm still running the Pinion. So on this bike, it's got the Pinion Smart Shift, 9-speed, and that's pretty sick too. New hip. And then, yeah, so instead of having the grip shift, I've now got the trigger. So for all of those people that didn't like grip shift, problem solved. Me, I was never against it, but it is pretty sweet. And I'm running some pretty nice wheels there. I've got the Wheelworks wheels, which is from Wellington. They're on Pro 5 hubs. Super bomber. And Tristan, he's very particular about his builds. So him and Andrew down in Wellington, they build all of their wheels to order, handmade. They're pretty sick. I've even got an alloy wheel W1 on my e-bike, which is pretty sick. Then the brakes. Oh, love some brakes. So big fan of brakes. You've probably seen this video, which is all about brake ace. So check that out if you're interested. They give you good data on your braking. And then I've also got these Radic Kaha Brakes, which are real sick. I love them. They're super light feel, really powerful, and running mineral oil, so pretty easy to do anything to. And then I've got Lekkie, which is Wellington brand, well, manufacturer. They do all kinds of bike componentry, and running 160 Lekkie nucleus cranks. They look super sick. Nothing to complain about there. And then we've got the carbon belt, the Gates drive, which is a mint. But anyway, now last part of this trail is a little climb, so I can still lock the shock out even though it's a coil. Locks out real nice. And my gearbox, even though I'm 170 out the front, 160 in the rear, it still pedals pretty good. And he says as he slips on a route. And yeah, smart shift means that you just change at will, which is pretty cool. So if you're into your racing, no mucking around having to think. And of course with the gearbox you don't have to pedal to change gears, which is pretty cool. So first up, starting at the front, I have Wheelworks Flite Enduro carbon rims on a Hope Pro 5 hub, epic, front and back. And then I run an Assegai at the front. I've got a dissector at the back, 2.5, 2.4, running about 24 psi in the rear, 22 in the front. Which is pretty good with the Hero Dirt that we've got at the moment. Pretty stoked on these brakes. These Radic Kahas, they've got a contact point adjustment just there, and they've got reach adjustment there. So once you've set the reach don't really need a tool. You can change your contact point without a tool as well, which is pretty cool. And then I'm running brake ace again on this bike. Super handy for teaching while I'm teaching the lesson, so I am a big fan. This bike is running a Pinion Smart Shift, so for those people that weren't into the grip shift, I now have a trigger. I like the grip shift. I'm not like against it, but the switch to Smart Shift has been pretty good. It means you don't have to think about shifting. It makes that way easier. Still shifts about the same place that you used to shift with a grip shift. Long story short, when your pedals are vertical, no pressure going through, that's when it shifts. So that's pretty cool. And then you might see there the Lekkie cranks. So these cranks are made in Wellington. That's 160 nucleuses on there. And then I've got this wicked shock here. It's the Cobb shock from Suspension Tech International, and they're based here in Rotorua. So heaps of New Zealand bits and pieces on this, which is super sick. I'm running the belt, so the Gates carbon drive belt, Pinion 9-speed gearbox on this little fella. Yeah, loving it. So anyway, if you've got any questions or comments, let us know below. Don't forget to subscribe, share this with a buddy who might think some of these parts are interesting, and yeah, book in a trip or a lesson. So this is my workhorse. Love it, and that's K2. Super sick track. Woo. Yes, so good. Oh, I've never talked so much.